And, you know, as you become a Freemason, you do start getting the real facts on who the real Freemasons were. And many of them, most of the serial killers were Freemasons.
Okay, I'll repeat that for the listeners. Most of the serial killers were Freemasons. Yes. And this is very important because this reflects on the doctrine of Masonry.
And I think a lot of the initiates, especially the ones that are, you know, they've become master Masons now, you know, they get worried when they find out, like Ted Bundy was a Mason and he tried to get initiated into 5, 6 different lodges, which, you know, 2 of them accepted him. And then you have people like John Wayne Gacy, when he was part of the, junior council. I think it's called the Junior Chamber. He basically became acquainted with Freemasons, and eventually he got initiated. I think he only became an apprentice, though. So you have a lot of these serial killers. Charles Manson was a Freemason. Jack the Ripper was a Freemason, and you know, a lot of people get worried that if I follow through all the rites, will I have to commit murders like this?
Well, that's interesting because we know that in one of the rites,
yes,
as the initiate is blindfolded,
yes,
he's given a sheep. A sheep is brought out, it is shorn, yes, and his hand is taken. I have a friend that went through this. His hand is taken and he rubs on this belly of the shaven sheep. Mm-hmm. And he's told that this is a brother that's betrayed the secrets of the lodge. Mm-hmm. And they give him a knife and tell him to kill him.
Yes.
Well, he does it, but then he finds out later it's not a man, it's a sheep. But in his mind, it was a man.
Yes.
So this whole idea of killing really starts in the 3rd degree with the mystery of Hiram Abiff, when he's killed by the 3 ruffians.
Yes.
And then he's brought back to life by the lion's grip of the master mason of the lodge. Mm-hmm. It's just fraught with this whole mystery of murder.
Yes, I mean, you know, now they've, you know, I think in 2000, or I don't know when they announced it exactly, they said, you know, Jack Ripper was a Freemason. And it just, I mean, what do they? We have to wait another 1,000 years for us to tell us that John Wayne Gacy was a Freemason. I mean, most of the Masons know this.
Mm-hmm. Count. Let's review the story of Jack the Ripper. If you want to go there for a little bit, I know a few facts I can help you with.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Jack the Ripper is of infamy as the mass killer of prostitutes in London in the 19th century.
Yes.
And he was never found. He was never captured. And the reason for this is that he was connected to King Edward VII, Bertie. Mm-hmm. And Bertie was the head of the Masons in England at the time. Mm-hmm. And so the other thing is that Scotland Yard was fraught with Freemasonry. Mm-hmm. And so Scotland Yard did not do its due diligence in seeking out and finding who did this because there were plenty of clues.
You know, it's funny you bring this up, that he was never caught, because the Masons that we know that were caught and put behind bars and executed, like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer, we know that a lot of Masons say that, you know, Dahmer was really killed. He was basically, I think it was with an African American.
Yeah, the blacks, the black. We don't call them African Americans, brother. They're blacks. Yeah. If they want to be African Americans, they can go back to Africa. I don't call myself an Irish American, a Swedish American. That is another term of the Jesuits to further incite white people. So they were black Americans. Yeah, that's all right. I'm just making a clarification.
I think they said that he killed Jeffrey Dahmer in the cell because he was disgusted with his the things that he was into or something, which is ludicrous. Mm-hmm. Now we know that a lot of these serial killers, like Charles Manson, is not. We're 100% certain he's not in prison. The reason why they're bringing up every 2-3 years, or I think they do it once a year. They show him on TV and they interview him, is to show people that he's still behind bars, or he's got parole or something like that. But it's all a lie. It's an elaborate hoax.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go one at a time, Count. Okay. So we have Jack the Ripper, and it was reported that one of the women that Jack the Ripper killed was a Roman Catholic girl that was impregnated by an English royal who was an heir to the throne. Mm-hmm. So she was killed in a ritual murder, and of course the murderer was never caught and apprehended because King Edward VII at the time, Bertie, made sure that he was never found. So he would have high-level Freemasons protecting the lower-level Masons that were involved in this horrible, vicious, butchering murder that Jack the Ripper committed against 7 or 8 women, something like that.
Mm-hmm. We don't even know how many. Maybe it's more. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have more on Jack, or did you want to move on?
Well, I think just to get the concept down, I would move on, but I would say this. Just while I like to insert things here and there. Oh, yeah. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand about serial killings is that most of the time, like you're saying, there's some elaborate plot. Then there's 3 reasons for a serial killer to exist. Either he's really crazy, which a huge percentage of the time it's not the case, or he's doing it for ritual purpose, for an organization. They're taking part. He has to hide. He's what do you call that? The guy that shot Kennedy, they call him a patsy or something.
Oswald. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So a lot of these serial killers are just patsies, and they carry out the burial or something with the victims or something, and then they become the killers. Mm-hmm. And then you have the ones that are did I name all 3 of them?
Yeah, he named the 4 of them.
Yes.
And something I want to add, too, is that if you notice, all your serial killers, they're white.
Yes.
They're white. I don't know of one black serial killer.
No.
There's probably some, but the vast majority are white because it involves intrigue, planning, higher plotting intellect for flanking movements. You see the supremacy of the wicked white mind.
Well, I forgot to mention the third category. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Eric. The third category is actually the fake serial killer that doesn't exist, like the Zodiac serial killer. So those are the 3 categories. I'm sorry, I forgot that.
That's all right. I'm interested to talk with you more about that.
Yes.
Because the Zodiac killers, they were assumed to be black Muslims in San Francisco.
Yeah, really?
That's right. That's right. They were blamed on the black Muslims. But, okay, well, so we've touched on, so we have the fake serial killers, and then we have the lower level ones, and then we have those that are protecting the serial killers, right?
Yes, I mean, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just sneezed. I didn't want to sneeze in the microphone.
Well, when you sneeze, it's a sign of truth, isn't it? So, yeah. Here's what I think. I think that, here's what I know. That's what I think. Here's what I've been told. It's obvious. See, every day there's huge, massive rituals that are going on the planet. There's killings, bodies, people disappear, and they have to get rid of these bodies, and they have to have somebody, like this guy that shot up those people in Washington with the little boy in the car or whatever. They call that the Beltway.
Right, the two black Beltway shooters. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, what do you know about that?
Well, my gut feeling is that they didn't do it.
Yes.
Because I believe, look what happened after this took place.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have passed? You have the Patriot Act being passed, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's the act of the act creating the Department of Homeland Security, one or the other. So this massive shooting, this serial shooting, carried out by intelligent people that were, some of this is a report that it took place in a white van.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that the killer there was a pedophile, a Muslim, all kinds of things, wasn't he?
Right. See, and I don't know for sure, but my gut feeling tells me that was the case, just like in the O.J. Simpson killing.
Yes.
I don't believe he did it.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, I don't. It took two people to do that. It took two killers to do that, and that's why bloody fingerprints, were not entered into evidence in the court.
Mm-hmm.
So what I see going on is I see these